Police crews spent this morning searching dense terrain between this Hembury Station and Palmer Valley Station area by foot and by motorbike before making the sad discovery. The body was found this morning, 38 kilometres south-southeast of the Stewartswell Roadhouse. Claire Hockridge was last seen alive 2 days ago by her companion Fu Tran. He was found yesterday morning on a cattle station 150 kilometres south of Alice Springs. The pair had left Ms Hockridge's partner, Tamara McBeath Riley, last Thursday and headed north.
Approximately 30% of all accidents occur at night. The human brain absorbs 90% of all information through the eyes. Dark and desolate roads cause anxiety and triggers panic attack more often than roads which are lit and busy. Australia has a population density of 3 people per square kilometre. With 70% of Australians living near the coastal area, Central Australia is left extremely deserted with a density below 0.01%. Currently, in emergency situations, people tend to rely on cell phones which have low coverage and PLBs which are expensive, which make them inefficient in emergency situations. By the time help arrives, people are either critical or lose their lives. To brighten dark roads, road highlighters are used as they illuminate, enforce safety, and don't require electricity to function. The road reflectors are entirely made of plastic which on destruction are left lying by the road and break into pieces to form microplastic. At present, road reflectors are installed after road construction and are scraped out while reconstruction of road, which result in damaging road reflectors lying in the roadsides and surrounding areas. Incorporating a system where in manufacturing, installation, replacement and remanufacturing can be done. Hence, to resolve the problem of plastic pollution, dark roads and emergency in remote areas, a collective solution is designed together to form a cleaner, safer and accessible Earth. LOCUS, a location operating channel for unexpected situations. This device helps people in emergency situations to remote places by locating signal and SOS signal capabilities along with easy access to travelers, tourists feeling lost and helpless. 65% of LOCUS is made up of bioplastic. The total height is 8 feet with an antenna at 5 feet for LED light to be visible for identification from far away with a 3 feet base height as per human ergonomics. The structure is shaped in an organic manner so dust doesn't settle. Animals are unable to crawl into it as it consists of ultrasonic anti-deterrent properties. The solar cell with an output of 20 to 30 volts helps generate the required energy to run all the electronic components and lights. Yellow color of the LED at the base is for illumination of roads and the green color, recognized as safety, is used for sending SOS signal. LOCUS can be found at a distance of 2 kilometers apart on walking trails and cycling trails in the outbacks, which would take about 20 minutes to reach. Similarly, they can be found 4 kilometers on vehicular roads in desolate regions, and to provide assistance would require a maximum of 20 minutes to reach. When a person is distressed and looking for rescue assistance, one can identify LOCUS blinking a red light or emitting a Wi-Fi handshake signal which will connect to your phone, providing location coordinates to the nearest LOCUS. Once close to the device, a QR code with geotag embedded must be scanned, which redirects to the LOCUS app, which sends a distress signal via CorpSat, SARSAT satellites to identify the location and personal information of the nearest rescue center. When connecting to the center, LOCUS will emit a Morse code signal, which when with the LEDs will ease the identification of the terrain. All that is left is to wait for the emergency team to arrive and rescue the person in despair. The body and electronic components of LOCUS are made of bioplastic sourced from Solanium watney, commonly known as bush tomato. It grows in the wild in Australia. There are a total of 125 identified plant species available in the country. Solanium grows to its full maturity in 120 days to a height of 30 to 45 centimeters. It is perennial in nature, frost and rot free, resistant to pest and infestation, and has a high starch content. Although available throughout Australia, these plants can be seen growing in abundance. It is highly adaptive and has high growth rate in arid and disruptive environments. The bush tomatoes are widely grown and harvested in Northern Territory, Southern Australia, Western Australia and Queensland, also showed favourable conditions of growth. Due to its low popularity as food crop, it is not part of major food cycle but shows potential for commercial cultivation. Maximum starch of the plant lies in the roots and is deep-seated in the stems, leaves about 68.58% of the plant composites of starch. The untreated starch and fibers make bioplastic that has very coarse and irregular texture. The sample made from a matured plant produced 2 to 1/4 cm square bioplastic. It must be further treated to achieve a smooth and even surface. The aim is to reduce the impact of a linear economy and transition into circular economy by radically increasing virtualization, dematerialization, transparency, and feedback-driven intelligence. To achieve the same, all parts of the plant are being utilized to its full potential: the fruit, stem, leaves, and roots. As most of the bush tomato growing lands are owned by the indigenous and native communities of Australia, the fruit is contributed to the bush food industry as a gesture of appreciation to the native community. Extracts from the leaf and stem make medicines and fertilizers which would improve existing medical and agricultural practices. The starch from the roots are drawn and processed to make bioplastic, which is further manufactured to make electronic chips and external body parts of the locus. Once the locus reaches its expiration, it's made into a compost which goes back to the earth. This benefits by opening up multiple ecological corridors. The plant in itself provides shelter to smaller animals and growth in the country's economy. Since installation, the locus would live for 3 to 5 years until it expires and requires disposal. At this stage, the parts would be dismantled and segregated. The bioplastic components such as encasing structure, LEDs and electronic chips would be reduced at a regeneration plant to form compost, which in due course would restart the process of locus. The remaining parts made of metal, batteries and hardware would be recycled and remanufactured to eventually initiate the refabrication process of locus. Presently, the proposed potential region for the locus is set in NSW and outbacks. This could be in future used in all road and trail networks of Australia. With the introduction of locus, not only do we minimize missing cases and road accidents and bring them back to their loved ones, ensuring safe accessibility in remote destinations, we do all of this by reducing plastic problems and promoting a green and clean environment.